so much for all of your applause here. Back again with me, Brenda Kwan, and I will be your host in this match because the previous match, we have the winner is Libya, and I believe you cannot wait to see who's the champion or the winner for the fifth match. So without any further ado, I see for the caster desk, it has Chuchu and also Eldoge. So are you ready, boys and girls? To the casters, please take it away.
Thank you, Brenda.
Girl.
I'm good. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 14th World Esports Championship IESF for PUBG Mobile. Still with Mildog and also...
I'm still here, Chuchu. I'm still here, guys. Oh wow, you saw in the sidelines just now. What were your thoughts when you saw that game?
First of all, I'm amazed. Second of all, unexpected. The third of all, how can a human be like that?
Is that even a human to start with? I don't think he's a human. Feel like he's from a different planet entirely. Why we never see him before?
Yeah, that's actually true. The 12th elimination in a match. But we never heard him. But I think this is the stage for him to shine because, again, it's a World Esports Championship. To perform here, I mean, it's an achievement, I guess.
It's more than achievement, especially you can flex that much between Basti and Late.
Late, yeah.
Who do you prefer most?
Why not both?
Just choose one. Don't be greedy, boy.
I want to make a perfect team then.
Oh yeah, imagine if we put maybe Kalaga for the one who initiated the fight from Iraq. And then there's also from Libya, we do have Basti. And then we have also this the main fragger coming up from Layth of Jordan.
Yeah.
Who do you put one more in there?
I think either Escaton or Prestige. Because both of the players so good at the scouting. So I think
Prestige is...
Yeah,
I would choose Prestige over
Prestige will be better, right?
Yeah, the way he actually arranged, if you realize, Prestige feels like he's the one being the mastermind for the team.
Totally agree, especially when it comes to the utility.
Yeah.
He knows how to use it well, help the team and conquer the gameplay. But speaking of Prestige, which is from Saudi Arabia, it's kind of interesting seeing them today. It's not performing at all. I mean, the first day is a total domination. Even more than 20 points they collected every game. But right now, starting from game number 2, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a downfall for them.
Is it really a downfall? Now that's the question mark. Because why I'm telling you this, maybe they've been quiet for today. Just let everybody else, you know what? You guys catch up with us, please. We're getting bored.
Yeah.
We're getting bored.
We don't want to be on the top alone, right?
If not, it'll be too boring for Saudi Arabia. They're like, we're going to give you guys one day to catch up. We'll see on our final day.
Let's see then. Or maybe a new strategy they need to try out. But again, I think this is a judgment day. So for those teams who are still on the below 5, from 12 to 16, they need to step up. So yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see the second game for Group A versus C. Miramar, my favorite man.
You always get to cast with me, your favorite man, don't you? Are you regretting that right now?
No.
Now, so far, we have 405 meters when it comes to the longest elimination distance coming up from Bahrain. Specifically, it's going to be Hassan. Who will break that record? Do we ever reach 500 meters, honestly?
I guess even above 400 is already that hard.
It's really that, especially after the patch where they don't have aim assist anymore, right?
Yep.
So that's really tough. But the flight path feels like a bit skewed towards more the left side or the western side. But the circle, so far, we've seen a lot of circle has been repeating.
Yeah. The repeat is, I guess, like keep the distance from the flight path, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess so.
I never measured the distance between the flight path, honestly.
I mean, like if the flight path like this, the circle will be on the right side.
Oh, contradiction.
Yeah, contradiction from the flight path. Yeah.
We do have a contra, but on a different
platform.
platform.
Different game.
Yeah, that's going to be a different game entirely. But sometimes about Miramar, it always been so generous about power grid. I mentioned this multiple times in a lot of tournaments. hopefully that's not the case. I never seen Impala Circle anymore. I do want to see so much Los Higos. Oh, well, I got myself at least possibly Jankia, El-Azhar, maybe even around that region.
Yeah, but again, the circle going to the contradiction of the flight path is like the flight path on the left, the circle will go to the right. And for those who jump in towards that place, even though it is far from the flight path, but they are having a lot of time to maximize the loot and maybe having a good vehicle for playing at Miramar. Who knows?
I mean, like, since you're already that far from the circle in the first place, might actually just take your sweet time to loot up, because this is a very big map. You are not really, it's compulsory to get vehicles going. Oh, that's going to be a different stage entirely.
Yeah.
We're hearing chair coming up from different stage entirely. That's just how it's in the world these days. So be careful what you said.
Yeah, be careful, because we're just surprised. There is no player who are standing up or shouting, but the voice is clear.
I mean, like, we already have our haunted moments with everything falling off.
Yeah.
And suddenly we hear voices. Now we should worry about Bali if that happens again. But back to the game. Now, since we mentioned about the vehicles are so important, do you think I've missed the times where players, like back in the ancient times, the players, they try to grab as much vehicles as possible.
Okay.
But if they are on the run, try to actually moving and passing by different vehicles, they shoot down all the tires. So it's like they are the only ones to get vehicles.
Yeah. I mean, like on the way towards their place, they will shoot through the tires. I think up until now, that's still a good strategy, but it costs a lot of time because you need to make sure your position is in a good is in a good spot. But to do that, you will cost a lot of time. Even though again, it still can be a strategy.
Yeah, I mean, like Saudi Arabia. Well, they're still at #1 spot, regardless of how they're not performing today. They might as well do that, like while having fun, right? Just sabotaging every single team. You want a vehicle? I'm not going to give it.
If they want to have fun today, make it full, right? Not only giving the chance for the other to upscale their gameplay, but again, I want to destroy all the tires.
You know, I'm not surprised if they're being tasked and the mission, each of the player of Saudi Arabia. You know what? You find in this angle, in this direction of every angle of a map, you are finding west, north, east, and south. Find all the tires and just explode them.
Oh my God! If it happens, so yeah, Saudi Arabia really just want to
have fun.
Have fun today, yeah. All right. Back to the game again.
If of all the groups that John, I'd love to ask this as well. I'm interested to know, penasaran ya.
Okay.
I'm interested to know about what's your pick when it comes to A versus C.
Sorry?
For the team.
For the team?
Yeah. Which do you favor most when it comes to A v C?
A v C.
A versus C, yeah.
I think if it is the first day, I will pick still Saudi.
It's right now.
Yeah, but
don't change the topic here, man.
But right now, I think I'm gonna put my choice to Jordan.
You're not gonna go for Pakistan anymore, like earlier today.
No.
Why?
Because games are changed, right?
You get how people easily change.
Yeah, I think these days people are easily changed.
Loyalty lies in where.
But
doggy.
I just want to give the shot. I mean, Pakistan already shown us the best gameplay from them. I hope the other team, especially from Group C, also can show the best gameplay they can possibly show, which is Jordan is on a good track right now.
I have to say, like Jordan, since day one, they were in a good track, especially after the half of the day. But for today, the team that really shoot quite high, I have to give it a go to Sri Lanka as well. Sri Lanka and also Libya, they have been really performing today, especially Libya, even though it's not as flashy as the Jordan player Leif. But as a team, they work better if you compare it with Jordan.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. With a good connection coming from all the teammates, even when it comes to Libya itself to achieve what they got from the previous game, I think it's a good step up, different with the first day. And I think this will be the first elimination of the day for this game, coming for team Azerbaijan from Guatemala. Yeah.
Yep, Azerbaijan is one of the teams that's really struggling to keep it going. I have to say, they still can't. That same goes for Guatemala. At least Guatemala got sort of rhythm sometimes, up and down. They are a hot and cold team, but for Azerbaijan, it's always cold all the way. Especially Baku just happens to be there alone. I'm not sure what they're thinking since day one until now. They're having a bit of a hard grasp to what's happening around them. They cannot keep it going. Why? Why do you think is the biggest reason here?
For what I see coming from Azerbaijan, like I already discussed with Dunaviska,
Yeah.
the main problem of them is did a lot of early contests, especially at Sanok. So why do I say especially in Sanok? Because it shows us clearly they always dropping with different teams, even though they won the fight, but they just can collect the elimination points because they're late to go to the next zone. And I think the problem is still quite the same when it comes to Miramar. They fail to choose the way that they do not need to do the contest with the other team at the beginning of the stage.
The unnecessary fights.
Yeah, the unnecessary fight.
And they didn't keep the alert on the clocking as well. I assume that it's going to be a lot of extended fights and waste of resources when you can't wrap things up as fast.
Yeah.
But back about another team that I want to highlight, not just Guatemala with Azerbaijan. What about the thoughts when it comes to Maldives here? Now, we don't have too much of plays coming up from Maldives yet.
For me, when it comes to Maldives, it's kind of interesting because we saw them a lot at the first day of play-ins. They spotted on the camera quite a lot. But again, I think the problem from Maldives is like the previous Chinese Taipei. They intend to fight a lot, but lost a lot also. It is not about the beginning of the stage, but they just failed to survive up until to the late game.
You know, I wish I can put that sort of judgment if I get a bit of a glimpse more of them,
Alright.
which we rarely get to see them actually.
Yeah.
Because I think I think I get what you mean. Like, they are not punishing the other team enough, but they are punishing themselves in that sort of situation too.
Yep,
So
yep.
there's never a win-lose situation. It's always a lose-lose, either both ways. I think that's really, especially when it comes to, depending if you're not inside of circle, it's best to actually spot out the circle first and start to fight at fourth phase. Fourth circle is always the best time to start shooting.
Yeah, the fourth circle, like we already discussed a lot. When it comes to the third circle, it shifts a lot. But when it comes to the fourth, it is just like the purpose of this game.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go for the late game? And it is so important to control fourth circle well than the other circle. But I think when we come back to the game, one team that are still at the same objective, which is Pakistan, they're still playing the same play style. They have the vehicle. They will go to the center of the map. And I think it is the best for now. It is the best for now.
For now, it depends on the circle, really.
Yeah.
Because the circle, if it happens to hard shift, it's going to be Minas Generalis, which is going to be down south. I'm not sure if... You know how Miramar hard shift in the last minute, right? I have a feeling we might end up in Minas Generalis, but also this is not a great place for you to refuel yourself because map, I think they're just next to Jordan players. It's right in the middle of the road.
Off the road in a big city, which is Los Leones.
Road! Nobody drive on the road.
Oh my
You
God.
take a pause in the middle of a road.
Yeah. So I think Maldives already knew there's no one at Los Leones. If I
That's
can,
Jordan.
it's Jordan.
That's next to them just now. I was like, that's
Really?
so freaking lucky. Yeah, they were just passing by.
Oh yeah. It's Jordan. Oh my
Lucky they
God.
got parting ways there. I mean, like, if they're still stopping it, I'm like, yeah.
So
nobody.
when you ask me about the problem, I think this is one of the problem. Their awareness maybe. So that way, when it comes to fight, sometimes or most of the times, Maldives can't execute it quite well.
I mean, like, it's great to be a lawful citizen to drive on the road.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it in PUBG.
Yeah. I think the more you do not follow the law, you will be better at PUBG.
I mean, not in a bad way, guys.
Not in a bad way. In terms of gameplay, right? Yeah.
True. The more crazier it gets for you.
The more
in the game.
crazier,
When,
yeah.
when it comes to... I mean, don't get too crazy until you got to flip over the car when you're driving. That's not bad either. But don't follow... Nobody follows the road.
Nobody follow the routes. It is obvious. It is easy to be shot by the other players. But right now, I hear the shot coming from Pakistan. I don't know. Maybe this is the proof that they are trying to interrupt the other gameplay by shooting to the tires. But the arch nemesis, Saudi Arabia and Brunei at the same spot.
They pretty much like... how do I say it? Roommate at this time,
Yeah.
every single time, or neighbor for the side of Brunei and the Saudi. But lucky enough, Sri Lanka Susti already built around this warehouse. It's just on top of Hacienda de Patron. So right now we do have 3 teams lurking around the same region or the same compound here. Newbies happen to be trying to be shot down by Hazen, but I think there's another team passing by. They have to be extra careful because when it comes to Saudi Arabia, they always play the third party.
Yeah, but to be frank, when it comes to Sri Lanka, I'm kind of surprised they can't control this particular place faster than the other team, because Sri Lanka drop zone is cruise level, so it must be faster for them to go towards this place. But again, Brunei can control it well, and that warehouse, another long house, it's actually really hard to be contested with because the defense coming from the team inside their place, which is Brunei right now, can defend the place so well.
But the problem with this warehouse, yeah, you can defend it like a fortress, but the problem is, once it's an open warehouse, secondly, the moment you step out from that warehouse, it's going to be an open space. You have nothing to hide with. So, well, I did mention Minas Generalis. I think I kind of got it right. But is it going to be in between? And whoever's not inside, good luck, have fun, because we are facing towards the third circle. It's going to be 40 seconds to go. Susti and the rest of Sri Lanka, the moment it pops, they're not wasting any time at all.
That's what I like from all the players. They already have the experience. When it pops out, they are going to the vehicle, and when they are not in a good spot, they need to find it faster. So that way, that's one of the key when it comes to Miramar, especially for the late game.
Toxin. I'm worried for the Maldives player, how they are driving skills in Miramar right now. First and foremost, they are very lawful citizen. Second, they are happily just cruising all the places, slowly driving, really being careful. Not so much. Man, it's a bit shaky. But lucky enough, they're not bumping into anything that's that aggressive to shoot them down.
But the movement coming from Maldives right now, they are going to penetrate from the east side of the map, which is quite packed, like we already saw earlier. Jordan is on their way, even though with war vehicles is still good for them. Sorry, not Jordan, but Egypt. Nah, this is the moment. Egypt will do the gatekeep. Even Azerbaijan is there, so it's not an easy way, I think, for Maldives. But we are moving to Pakistan, which another classic gameplay. They already at the center of the map. They are near with Jordan right now, and Jordan still has the better place. They have the compound, they have the defense right there, but the Pakistan still not losing their ideas. They're playing at the terrain, different gap in Miramar.
Yep, and with a lot of valleys in between it, on top of Junkyard. Now, Ghost Prime always gives away the position first. They already lost Baku earlier, so this is going to be a bit of a handicap start for the side of Azerbaijan. We have Guatemala and also Ghana still going to play in the blue zone. That's what happened to Senegal until they lost 2 members, and not a great play. So far, I'm not liking in this tournament for everyone to play in the blue zone. The late rotation don't seem to work.
That way, the late rotation without calculation, without a full calculation is actually real not good for your team. But again, right now, Taksin and also the player from Maldives finally got their first point, even though the threat happened. So it's not too good as well for them, because it's quite spread out coming from players of Sri Lanka, but for Maldives, I guess. But the Maldives player already regrouping, and that's what they need to do. They need to revive one of the player and give them pressure towards the Sri Lanka. But again, like I mentioned a lot, when it comes to the outer circle fight, this will never benefit for both of the parties, because whoever win, go to the circle, get capped by the other team, which is Egypt right now.
Yeah, but Egypt's waiting for the right time to bait everybody out, and they are running away from the blue zone, and this is not doing great for both Maldives as well as Sri Lanka team, and they will both facing their trial and death toll to be paid the moment they step into the circle. Now we do have again on the side of Libya already Bali in the center of it, with Saudi Arabia already taking it. We have a couple of teams already starting to step into the safe zone, but Mori on Maldives side, where to run? Where to go?
Oh my god, they just finished the rotation.
Oh, no.
They just...
It's still in the blue zone.
Yeah, it's still on the blue zone. Be careful. But the vehicle, I think it can't be used anymore. Even one player from Maldives can't be revived. Maori and Toxin, maybe for a while they can recover their health point, but the next step is so hard. Egypt already made a very good defense, and I think Maldives, if they can shoot them down, with Sri Lanka at the same time. Maybe both of the parties can go inside the circle, but I think Egypt already made a very good defense, so it's not that easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a long hike.
Yeah,
it's
a
going to
long
be
hike.
a hike. They are on the lower ground. Back to the side of Gaddafi, taking out on Jordan. Now we have another round 2 of Libya versus Jordan. They're not having enough from the last game. From Irango, brought it over to Mirama. Yeah, having another go. Hello, Laith. Hello, also the side of Laith and also Basi. Round 2. Are you guys ready for this? But we do have Pakistan as well this time. Now, Payne and Varney and Pharaoh. These guys are so good at teamwork for the side of Pakistan team.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So let's see later, because Jordan is still having their time, is still brainstorming where is the exact place they want to go. I think the smoke coming from Jordan is quite good. They blind the vision of Pakistan and they move at the same time. But the other hand, Senegal and also Guatemala also moving at the same time. So I really like how Guatemala move right now, but it's not that easy. But Jordan from the smoke, right now they do the aggressive. I think the 12 elimination before really made late more aggressive than ever, and he already got 2. But Guatemala, I just mentioned a good rotation, but another bad execution. Egypt again with a defense, quite a good defense. Even not only Egypt, shooting coming from Azerbaijan helped them to beat Guatemala.
I have to say, Guatemala really having the toughest one since they're already facing 2 gatekeepers along the shoreline. Sorry, not really a shoreline, and the circle at the reach of a circle. But back to the side of Brunei Darussalam. Now, they still have 4 players still on the run. They need a good run this time. They're in dire need for that. They cornered Ghana, tried to flush them out. But can they do it? Spotted out Shy, spotted out the rest of Ghana team. Now, problem with Ghana is nobody's actually looking around to give them what's happening outside. There's no relay of information. Oh, no! He cooked that too long.
Yeah, another problem coming from Ghana. Not only there's no one who really intend to get more information, still they do not have anyone also to go inside the circle. And right now, Brunei Darussalam, same with Egypt before, they already made a good defense, be the gatekeeper, and I think Ghana, do they have any chance? Because this is so hard. They even at the low HP. The shooting coming from the Brunei. 2 already down. Left only with 2. 2 with 1 with the very low HP. And spotted will be shot by Saku maybe. 3 already down. The last man standing. And that's it. Ghana went back to the lobby.
Just so hard for the side of Ghana to do something. They came out way too late. But we heard shouts just now. Definitely some players are struggling to coordinate to move in unison. Back to the side of Sheriff Azerbaijan, spotted our Egypt players who want themselves Ghost Prime to get a bit of a trade finish off by Arthur. Straight away, that secures 1 point to translate into elimination points. On the side of Azerbaijan, hop into the vehicle, then realize they don't have enough men. Now, left or right? If they go straight, they get bumped into anyway. Jordan waiting on the other end, from the pan to the fire. Where to go? Azerbaijan being trapped so hard here.
Oh my God, look at the movement from Jordan. Even they just do the fight again. Gaga, even one of the players already being knocked down by Gaga, choosing to chase around the player from Azerbaijan. I think Gaga want to revive first. No, he wants to move because he knows the zone already moving again, the blue zone. But Gaga here the movement from Azerbaijan, but he doesn't want this unnecessary fight. He just want to go inside the circle. Sharif has a half health point. Pharaoh just waiting there, but Jordan again faster than Azerbaijan. Gaga, will he drop down? He dropped down, shooting towards Azerbaijan, and that's it. Azerbaijan blew up the vehicle. That's not a good situation, but the fight continue. Egypt right now took the chance. 2 players from Jordan knocked down and only left with 1 player.
Oh, Corona, what a nice angle to work with coming out from the flank side. Off angle entirely, but Jordan didn't see that one coming. This is so saturated on the right south of the circle. We're not done yet as Saudi start to move as well. Libya players are facing 2 teams at the same time versus the Brunei Darussalam and also a different team entirely. Sri Lanka's on the other hand are chasing the tails of the Egypt player. We're down to only 8 teams in the 5th circle, but look at how many teams on the right bottom of it. In the center, we do have many teams. They already secured themselves. It's going to be Saudi Arabia.
Ooh.
Now, it's too early to say they have been quiet. This is where they show their fangs there. With a score L, choosing all the opponents 360 degrees will gatekeep this fortress.
What a control coming from Saudi Arabia. I think it's more than 40% of the zone controlled by Saudi Arabia. Even they are not just waiting, they are still shooting towards the enemy around them, giving them pressure. Right now, Grenade Darussalam, even the two players try to escape from the vehicle, but the shooting coming from Saudi, it's too much pressure given to knock down towards the player, even confirmed by players of Saudi right now. The last man standing coming from Jordan and Brunei here with Saudi Arabia, but Egypt, they want to show us also the gameplay by them, even though the first day, they are not performing well when it comes to Group A versus C. But right now, Egypt is not that bad, even already collected 8 eliminations.
I mean, like, 8 is never enough for this guy.
Yeah,
as long as it's not double digit, I mean, like, there's no stopping them. And also,
Yes.
Saudi still have a time to reset, and they got themselves that ghillie suit from Prestige. And that's the most scariest part of them all, because we do know how Prestige is, how his brains work. It's just he's the mastermind of everything. Now, can Egypt counter that? They got the elevations, but in the meantime, they have to be careful about 2 or 3 teams around them. It's going to be Sri Lanka at first, Saudi Arabia on the other end, on the left side for them. But Arthur, can he get a glimpse? Because right now, all they really need are grenades. They got only 2 Molotov on the side of Arthur, but they don't have enough grenades.
This will be quite interesting coming for Egypt. I think they can't do push confidently towards the Sri Lanka because it will be an open area and they can be shot easily by players of Saudi. So I think there's no one from any teams right now want to go ahead to the circle. They want to play at the edge of the circle because it is not worth it. But Brunei Darussalam, one of the strongest team, also finished at the top 6. 5 teams left right now, Chuchu.
You know what? There are 5 teams, there's 1 person. Laith is still there.
Yeah.
For Jordan, that's going to be the last player. But we know Laith equivalent to 10 players. That's how scary it is. But Prestige Sports, I mean, now this is going to be the best of the best players we've seen fighting against each other. Can Prestige read out Laith? And can Egypt shut down IESF right across Laith as well? We still have Sri Lanka on the run. Maldives remain with 1 player. I'm not sure where's the player right now.
Ooh, at
Maury.
the corner, Maury. I think Maldives, even though they have a bad start, I mean, the rotation is not that good. They're being caught by the other team. But with 1 player, they still can survive right now. But in the front of Maury from Maldives, all players, a full team of Saudi Arabia, if he can play the sneaky beaky, doesn't spotted by the player from Saudi, I think at least Maury can still go to the top 3.
I mean, like, he can actually clutch in
Oh,
the
let's
chicken.
go.
I mean, like, it's possible because one of the many reasons is going to be 4v3, and then the rest of it's going to be V1, except for Sri Lanka with the 2. Now, if only Egypt fighting against Saudi, this is going to be the moment where they want to backstep, and Maury finish off the other plays. So we're down to 4. Egypt versus Saudi Arabia right now, trying to hit on fight. But the ones actually at the flanks, these guys will make it so hard for Saudi and Egypt. It'd be a while they're backstabbing them.
We'll see later because sometimes 1 player can be spotted and make a very bad result for those teams who do not aware enough. But again, the zone, I think it favors the position of Saudi Arabia right now. For Saudi, they just need to hold, they just need to play quite passive, but at the same time, full awareness. But from Egypt, I think they will be contested by Sri Lanka. The utility already being thrown. I don't know, is it a nade, is it a smoke? I think it's a smoke, yeah. Just for blinding, so it's not from Sri Lanka, from Jordan. We'll see, because what is important right now is the moving coming to the circle. And look at the advance coming from Saudi. They know or they expect there is no one behind them. So they make a total or a full fortress at the edge of the circle.
I mean, like, they are dominating the circle, definitely. Now, all they need to do for Laith is just stay it quietly. Yusuf has been traded for, but here comes the gunshot. Tayo taking on Laith. There's 1 more team to go. It's going to be down to 3. Arthur taken down by Saudi. It's going to be Prestige taking it down with a Mini-14 or SLR. I have no clue. But back to the side of SK Ton. He tossed out double nade.
Wow.
What a Kobe for SK Ton. Make it double down. Egypt in turmoil. They are kind of in a tough position. pressure to get out. This might be it. Saudi is back in the game.
Back to the game, back to the track, coming from the dominators of the first day. And the players from Saudi are searching where is the last man, because they know one already being knocked down, only one left alive with a full power of 4 players in the game. And that's it. Another winner chicken dinner for Saudi Arabia.
Want to take back what you said?
Yeah, I guess so. They are not having fun, or maybe this is a type of having fun coming from Saudi Arabia. They want to play around and back to the track.
You know, as we said just now, they were like, you know what? We gave you half day, not even a day, half day to catch up with us. And they've been catching up again. They're still at #1 spot with this kind of performance. How many eliminations? Definitely a lot.
I mean, like, when it comes to memes, this is a hope. This is the hand of Saudi. I give you guys a hope, but I take it back.
It's like taking a lollipop from 5 years old.
Yeah, from 5 years old. What a play coming from Saudi. I think the objective circle, again, played by them, how they control, how they handle late game is still unbelievable. And that's one of the strong points coming from Saudi Arabia.
And not just that, how they just can easily switch over to win something just within a map. Now, you know what? We feel like we're winning this one. Why don't we just have it a go?
Yeah.
They just can come back and make it happen. That is just how scary these teams are. For the side of Leif, just now, he tried so hard to play it quiet. He couldn't make it. He'd been spotted by Prestige. Now, it's going to be the big brains play. It's Cerebral PUBG Mobile. Now, let's have it a go for the highlight. In case you guys missed so much of that action. So many fights too early on.
Yeah, Azerbaijan again come from Pecado, the central team, but they fail on the rotation. And this is a very hard situation for most of the team when it comes to the sport zone, because they want to go towards the north part of the map, but at the edge of the circle already being kept a lot by a lot of teams. So yeah, for those who like, it is so hard situation for them. But for Ghana again, the mistake is still the same. They do not have player who do a proactive scouting, so that way they can have a chance, they have choices where they want to go inside the next circle. So I think Ghana need to escalate again their gameplay and more proactive.
I agree. The fact that Ghana, whenever, it's not even the entire team that pressured them earlier. I think was it from Egypt or Saudi Arabia or Jordan, between those 3 teams, always keeping pressure on people, right? It's only one player, but the entire team cowered into the apartment, and nobody willing to just, you know, have a peek to see what's really happening outside. You need to put somebody on flank or even further up just to gain information, to relay back to the team about what to do next, what they have to do next. If not, nothing is progressing on their side.
Yeah, there's nothing progressive. I think that's the right term, because in most of the fight, when it comes to Ghana, they are like inside the palm of the enemy's hand. They are being controlled by the enemies. Like you already mentioned, there's no peek, there is no backfire. They just want to move, but without any coordination. So that way, and easy for them to be eliminated. But Saudi, in a different term, they really play good, and I think a good teamwork also, move as a unit, and this is the gameplay we saw for Saudi in the first day. And with 25 points...
this is not even the max yet.
Yeah.
This is not even, like, this is just dipping the toes for the day, you know? Just casually like, I'm going to have a bit of manicure, pedicure, and that's it. But for Egypt, this is quite consistency that they have for the entire day.
Totally agree with you. Egypt is also one of the team that's stepping up today, but with this result, with 25 additional points, I think Saudi will be the first team also to reach 200 points.
That's a good. That's actually a good sign. You know what? These guys, they don't really competing for the grand finals. They just want to squeeze through the top 11. When it comes to the grand final, it's 5 more additional to the different team entirely. That's going to change a lot. I love this tournament so much because the grand finals have 5 different teams.
Okay.
It's going to be almost half, less than half, but almost half. That sort of change will have to make sure all the other players that have been playing all together for Group A, B, and C, they have to change their drop spot in the final 3 days.
Yeah, in the final 3 days. Even in a day, it's only 5 games, so they do not have a lot of things to change with.
They don't have chances.
Yeah, so that way they need to maximize their potential right from the start. But This is quite interesting.
This is the least elimination.
This is the least. Only 38 elimination. Wow.
I mean, a lot of players may finish off by the blue zone. One of the many reasons, maybe they couldn't find vehicle. They were running extended fight beyond the circle.
I mean, 38 with the loss of 4 players coming from Saudi. So that way 42 to 52.
10.
So 10 players. Wow, this is a big number coming for a tournament, right?
Yeah,
especially Miramar, not Sunhawk.
I mean, like if it's Sunhawk, it's something that kind of reasonable. But for Miramar, it's a huge map. So this is going to be our MVP, Prestige.
Yeah, Prestige, you need to
screenshot this.
Screenshot this.
Show it to your family.
I think Prestige need to play another Arabic music because I have a very fun story coming with him.
Yeah, what happened?
So when it comes to PMWI, I am at the same car with Prestige, and he offers me, "Do you want to hear Arabic music?" Suddenly he turns on the music with Arab and doing the rap thing. So I'm like, yeah.
He did the rap?
No, the music.
So you should rap along with him. Even though you don't know what to say, just go on with it.
I just moving around, even though I'm not understand, but it has a good beats though.
I think he's listening to that soothing for him to get that momentum. But we mentioned about how each of some teams have extraordinary players. Like for Saudi, we do have, I mean, like, it feels different sort of perspective. If you put Leif, if you put Basi, and if you put Saudi's Prestige, right? Prestige is more towards a playmaker for the team. Yeah, he's the brain guy. But for Bati, it's more towards the entry fragger. Yeah, for Leif, I think it's more towards a flank player.
Yeah, he has a very good coordination in terms of individual skills.
Yeah.
So it needs a lot when you do or you become a flanker, because when you do the flank, you're alone, right?
I mean, like if I were to scout pro team, I might put this three in the lineup.
But
because each one of them are having different role entirely.
Oh, that will be very interesting. But again, before we are going to the next game, which is Sunhawk, the last game from Group A and C, we are going to toss it to our amazing host. So Brenda Kwan, take it away.
Thank you so much to our amazing caster. There has Eldoge and also Chu. What a good game. And congratulations to Saudi Arabia who gets the chicken for this match. So, to all gamers, are you ready to see the next match? But before that, we would like to take a break first. So don't go anywhere. Please stay with us. Stay tuned.